really appreciate it. My mom and dad this year, where are they?
Mom, Dad.
Where are they? Where are they?
Right here.
There's Mom. There's my mom. Right here. And my dad. And my dad. There you are. Thank you, Tom. We love coming to the county. We love this fair, and in fact, the reason Mom and Dad are here today, they've heard me brag about this county and this fair and the way I'm treated up here every year, that they wanted to come up. So I'm really glad to have them up. I think you know the campaign is going very well. What you feel is actually what's happening out there, and we have an opportunity to win this race, not close. We have an opportunity for this race to be called at 8:01 p.m. election day. That's where the trend lines are going, that's where the endorsements are going, that's where the whole feel of this campaign is very similar to 4 years ago. And I have to tell you, it's a lot easier this time in one very important sense. It's not running around saying, this is what I want to do, this is my plan, this is my vision, these are my values. It's, this is what we have done. This is what we have accomplished. And by the way, you know, Rick's here, and David's here, and Joe's here, and Paul's here. This is a great, great delegation, a great team. And Patrick's here. I always forget Hogan because I'm surrounded by Hogans. I'm always surrounded by it. It's another Hogan now. But you have a lot of young talent here. It's a terrific team. They have great credibility on the second floor, and they all deserve to be. They'll get reelected easy. I know that. That's not even close. But I really need them back in order to take our state to the next level. This campaign is not just about our race. This campaign is about permanent realignment. It's about a real two-party state in the state of Maryland to benefit Democrats and independents and Republicans. I'm 48 years old. It's the first time in my life where I can look you straight up and say we have an opportunity to elect some real good people in marginal seats around the state of Maryland. And they're all running on the same platform, what we have done. Mike Steele is running on the same platform, what we have done, take it to the United States Senate. Scott Raleigh, where is he? You know, I had a very disturbing experience last week. I just have to tell you. I had a debate with the mayor, which is disturbing enough. And I looked down the audience, and there was my lawyer, the Attorney General of Maryland, rooting for the other candidate. Yes, yes.
That's okay. He loses all his decisions in the courts.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. We need Scott Raleigh as Attorney General of the state of Maryland. Okay?
Governor, welcome to Frederick County.
Welcome back.
I see you here all the time. Are you thinking about setting up a second home here?
Well, I am up here probably 2 to 3 times a month, and I've done that actually prior to becoming governor as congressman. Did a lot of events up here for local elected officials, have a lot of friends up here. I've been known to play golf up here once or twice. Just have a lot of personal friends.
We have your golf swing, by the way, on Frederick.com.
I understand
and
that.
It was a great swing.
Was it analyzed well? It's hurting this year. I'm not playing.
You're getting some favorable comments on it. 2 quick questions. I know tourism, you're a real advocate of tourism. I've seen some of your commercials, very creative. Do you see tourism continuing to grow here in Frederick County?
Tourism is growing in Frederick County. It's growing in Western Maryland as well, and you know, it's an easy but important and essential part of my job. If you understand the economy, you see the essential role tourism plays in a state like Maryland, in an economy such as Maryland's. This is between the $10 and $11 billion industry in our state, 130,000 full-time equivalent jobs directly related to tourism. So tourism is something we're going to put a lot of time, money, and energy into. We love doing it. It's fun, and to market this county is an easy thing to do.
And it's a great place to come to.
Well, it's a great place to come to. It's a great place to live. It's also a great place to visit, obviously. Great historical significance, great beauty, great horses, great everything.
There we go. One last question. How do you see the Steele campaign going? I heard you mention a lot of other campaigns here. But what's your feeling on the Steele campaign right now?
Well, I think Mike has run a terrific race to this point. Obviously, I'm prejudiced. You're not going to get a neutral answer here. He's been my lieutenant governor. It's very interesting because at the beginning of his campaign, the foundation for his campaign was what we've done as administration. And now, obviously, running for federal office, he's taken it to the next level. He's begun to address federal issues. He's very strong views on a number of these issues, obviously, particularly national defense, tax cuts, economic growth, higher education, education generally. Those issues have been part of his portfolio as Lieutenant Governor. By law, we can't obviously have a lot of interaction. I'm a state race, he's a federal race. But Mike has my 1,000% support. We've had a number of events for him to support him. I'm very proud of him. I think he's going to be our next United States Senator.
He's been here to Frederick County as well on many occasions, and he's been very well received as well.
For us, this is therapy. So it's great to come to this county. We love this county.
Great. Thanks again, Governor, for coming.
My pleasure. But in Maryland, you saw Smeltzer in here, you saw Dr. McClellan in here. I mean, these were conservative Democrats, right? So that was the old Democratic Party representing this county. And you also see the fact they're not in office anymore. Through retirements, but my point here is that old conservative Frederick County Democrats, that base of the party, that wing of the party that was so large just 20 years ago, is almost non-existent today. And you talk to Doc, you talk to Smeltzer, you talk to Kevin, you talk to Johnny, you talk to them all. They'll tell you it's a shame, because that's part of my political base. And you thought my elected forever. It's good. Dundalk, Greg, Greg's. It's a classic example.
Well,
more conservative Democrats have always been part of my political base.
You say the trend lines are going in your direction. You got anything specific you want to
Just lots of private polling. Paul gets all that.
Let me answer that for you before they're going.
That's why he's hovering.
That's right.
They know I.
Well, like what?
I just can't. That's it. Now we're obviously happy. You can feel it. You can see it. It feels much like 4 years ago. And obviously, I mean, this is kind of a strong county, so you really can't base a lot what you see here today. But it's always good to go to your base as well. And this is base day. This is kind of a base day as well. Busy day too.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Governor, can you just quickly wrap up? You've been here all afternoon. Obviously, as you just mentioned, you were really well received here today, and it looks like you've got a lot of momentum and so forth. Any final comments for the visitors to Frederick.com? By the way, we have about 40,000 unique visitors a month.
Well, I want to encourage many more visitors to Frederick.com first.
2.5 minutes.
We love visiting this county. There's so much to do and see and live out in this county. I guess the phrase "live out" means for people who live here, the quality of life is very high. The test scores are up dramatically. The public schools are doing very well. Land preservation continues apace. And you just see this county kind of combines rural Maryland with outer suburban Maryland with suburban Maryland, and it makes for a very high quality of life. This fair is about a way of life. It's about our heritage in this county, and I'd say it's a Maryland heritage, but it's also a Frederick County centric heritage, which is agricultural in nature. It's green, it's open space, it's farms, it's farmers, it's crops, and today it's also about keeping that way of life for future generations.
Sure. Well, thanks again for coming, and congratulations on everything, and good luck with the election.
We look forward to many return visits to Frederick County.
Oh,
My mom and dad had a ball too.
Yeah, we're seeing you here almost every other day now.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been much different the first 4 years.
There you go. Thanks, Governor.
My pleasure.